You doing math? I got you. Alright, today I'm going to show you guys how to set up long division problems. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to label each number. Watch this. So that first number right here, this is known as the dividend. So it's always going to be the dividend divided by the divisor. So this number right here is known as the divisor. And so once you label this, you need to understand the structure and the way you set it up. Because if you set it up incorrectly, then you're going to get it wrong. And so the setup basically goes like this. So when you're doing long division, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and draw this house, right? It's basically a L, but sideways. And so the first number is the dividend, and the first number won the race. And so because the first number is first, it goes on the inside. So the first number goes on the inside. And the second number is known as the divisor. And that number goes on the outside. So this would be the divisor. And so if you follow the structure, you can actually set this up as a fraction. Because every division problem is in fact a fraction. And here, watch this. You see this right here? That's a division sign. But I can also rewrite that as a division bar. And if I decide to write it as a division bar, like that right there is a division bar, not a division sign. Well, the first number goes on top. And the first number is known as the dividend. So the first number goes on top, which is known as my dividend. And the dividend is being divided by, right? The dividend is being divided by the divisor. Divisor. So the first thing in order to understand is this structure right here. Once you understand the structure and how to set it up, then you should be fine. Okay, so now since we understand the structure, let's go ahead and set this problem up correctly. The first number is the dividend, which is 456. That number goes on the inside. So I'm going to put 456 on the inside. The second number is known as the divisor, and I put that on the outside. When I do long division, I like to create a list of multiples of the number on the outside, which is 6. So I'm going to go ahead and do the multiples of 6 on the side. So we have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. Okay, now since I have my list, I'm going to go ahead and ask myself, if I count by 6, will I ever say 4? No. Look at the list. If I count by 6, I'll never say 4. So 4 needs air support. Who provides that air support? The number that's right next to it. And so it's not a 4, it's not a 5, it's a 45. So I'm going to count by 6 until I get to 45 without going over. So I'm going to use my fingers. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. That's too much. So I'll put one finger down, and now I know that 6 goes into 45 7 times. So I'll put 7 on top. I'm not going to put it on the 4 because 4 needed air support. I'll put it on top of the 5. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 7 right here. And then I ask myself, well, what is 6 times 7? 6 times 7 is 42. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract that out.
You know why you subtract it, right? Subtraction is repeated division.
2 is 3, and 4 minus 4, that's nothing. And so now I move on. And I ask myself, if I count by 6, will I ever say 3? No. So that means 3 needs air support. Who provides that air support? The very next number is 6. And we're going to go ahead and bring that down. And he's providing air support, so we're going to make the sound effect. It's not a 3, it's not a 6, it's a 36. So I'm going to ask myself again, if I count by 6, will I ever say 36? So I'll say 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. you'll notice is exactly 6 times. So I'll put 6 on top. And I'll ask myself, well, what is 6 times 6? 6 times 6 is 36. I'm going to go ahead and do my math, and you'll notice.
My answer is 0.
So therefore, we do not have any more remainders. And so we know the answer to 456 divided by 6. The answer is 76.